Hi, it's Hedy again from Nanny's Italian Kitchen, and what I'll be preparing for you today is a spaghetti pie. I call it spaghetti pie because I've always used just spaghetti, but you can use whatever pasta you like. It's not something that was made in my family. It's something that I concocted, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. I just came up with this. I think it was inspirational from some of the cooking shows that I saw, and so I came up with my own version. What we have here is about a pound or a little bit over loose sausage. If you can't find loose sausage, all you have to do is buy the regular sausage and remove it from the casing. You can also use broken up fried meatballs if you don't want to use sausage. I also have 2 pounds of ricotta, 4 eggs. I said ricotta because some people make fun of the way I say ricotta. So it's ricotta for you people that want to mention that. I have a cup of grated Italian pecorino romano, about a half a pound, maybe a smidge more of mozzarella that's cut up, and this here portion of it is for the bechamel. I make a bechamel sauce, otherwise it's very, very dry. Some people use marinara sauce, but we like the white. I also have 1.25 pounds of spaghetti that I'm gonna cook while I'm sauteing the sausage. So let's get this party started. Okay, so I'm browning the sausage, and I'll put aside when it's done, and we'll put everything together. This here I'm getting ready for the bechamel sauce, and I do have my water, my pot for cooking the spaghetti. So when this is brown, just remove it from the flame and let it cool until you get all your other steps done. So I'm making the bechamel sauce. I have a stick of butter. I like using the unsalted. You could use salted if you want because it's not baking. You know, unsalted is primarily used for baking. But I have it melting. Butter is all melted. And I'm going to add 1/4 cup of flour. Lower this flame. I'm going to put this on low. Get the flour all mixed in and melted. You don't want any lumps. I'm trying to get it so there's no lumps in there. When you see that all of the lumps are gone, you add in 2 cups of milk. And you stir this until it starts to thicken. That could take 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so the bechamel has been cooking for a few minutes. You can see it's thickening up now. And you don't want it to get too thick, so I'm gonna shut it off right now. In the meantime, the water has been boiling. I liberally salted the water. And now, when it comes to a roaring boil, when it comes to a roaring boil, I'm going to put the spaghetti. I have about 1.25 pounds here. Now, I don't want to cook it until it gets mushy. I'm going to cook it al dente so that because it's going to cook in the oven with all the rest of the stuff. So I have it on high. Come on, water boiled. You know, what do they say? Boiled pot of water never boiled. I don't know what the hell. What's the saying?
Pot.
A watch pot.
A watch pot never burls.
Never burls, like my son says. Both my sons burl. Earl and vinegar. It's Earl and vinegar. Okay, so it's burling now. And I'm putting in the spaghetti. And when you take it out, you have to cool it off. But do not, I emphasize, rinse your pasta. If you rinse the pasta, you take out a lot of the starch. And the starch is what makes the sauce stick to the pasta. Did you know that? Another tip, another useful tip.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm going to come back when the pasta is almost done. So I'm back and I have all the components that are gonna go into this spaghetti pie. I have a 10-inch springform pan that I've lined with parchment paper. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray that parchment paper so the spaghetti pie doesn't stick like crazy. And on the outside, because the spring pan sometimes leaks, I have some aluminum foil that I'm just gonna cover the bottom, so if anything comes out or drips, it'll go in the aluminum foil.
Girl.
Right. So what I have here is, 1 second, hold on, 2 pounds of the ricotta cheese, a cup of pecorino romano or whatever type of cheese you like. Mix them together. I'm going to mix the sausage too. There's about a pound of the sausage. I'm mixing that in.
Tell them the story about the hot sausage.
That's my son. They always make fun of me, or they tell me that I don't look when I'm shopping. I don't check the labels. So my son had to run out to the Chico's. The Chico's should pay me for advertising. He had to run out to the Chico's and get sweet sausage because the one I was cooking up at first was hot. And my sons, they stay away from hot. Okay, so now I got the mozzarella that's cut up. I'm not going to add a lot of cheese because the sausage is salty, the grated cheese is salty, so I'm just going to add...
You're not going to add salt?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
You said cheese. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, I meant salt. Sorry.
We know what you meant.
All right. Now, I'm going to put in the eggs. The 4 eggs lightly beaten. And I'm waiting for the bechamel to cool off a little bit because I don't want it to cook the eggs. If you put it in when it's too hot, the eggs will get scrambled. We don't want that, do we? We don't want that.
No.
I don't want that. So I'm mixing it up as best as I can. The bechamel is going to go in last. Now, if you were using marinara sauce, you would put the marinara sauce in last when you're mixing it with the spaghetti and stuff. But as I said, my sons like the white. One of these days I'm going to try it red and see what they think. It's actually like a lasagna if you make it with the red sauce. Don't you think? Don't you think?
I think so.
I think so. Okay. Oh-ho! Look at that. Actually, let me use this here. Can get now I'm going to put in the white sauce. Oh my, is this looking good? As I said before, too bad this wasn't smell-o-vision or television, whatever. It's looking good. Now this is gonna come up way to the top, but don't worry. If you put it on a tray, in case anything comes off, you can eat it off the tray, because that's what I would do. Especially when it's a little crispy, icky, gooey. Okay, I'll mix this for a few more minutes to get it more incorporated, and I'll come back when it's in the pan. Okay, so this is the end product. Now, if you're gonna make it the day before, you would put this in the refrigerator, wrap it up, of course, with either tin foil or saran wrap or whatever you like, and leave it in the refrigerator. And then take it out like an hour before you're gonna bake it. And if it's cold, you bake it like an hour. But right now, this is pretty warm. So what I'm gonna do is bake it for 45 minutes at 350, and it should be done. If you wanna get a crispy top, you could just put it under the broiler for a couple of minutes and get that all crunched up. Another thing you could do if you'd like, you could spread some breadcrumbs or flavored breadcrumb mix, not the type that's in the can. You make your own flavored breadcrumbs and bake it like that. But however you want it, look at this masterpiece. Will you look at it? My son says I got stuff on my face. I got it off?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so this is gonna go in the oven at 350 for 45 minutes because it's warm. And when we take it out, I'll show you how we cut it. Is that a masterpiece or is that a masterpiece? I put it under the broiler for a couple of minutes after it baked for 45 minutes. But that's because it was warm. Okay, so the foil has to come down. Okay. It's absolutely delicious. I'm not going to cut into it yet because it's got it settled, but that's what it looks like. Okay, so this is the end result. Isn't it beautiful? And it tastes as good as it looks, let me tell you. You can have this as a meal, a slice with a salad. You can have it as a side dish. It's not that hard to make. I hope you try it and enjoy it. Okay, so I let it set for about 15 minutes, and now I'm slicing into it so that you can see how scrumptious this is.
You got the paper there.
There you go. Look at that.
Yummy.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, bon appetit. I forgot my wine glass because I already finished my quota for the day. You could use that as a blooper, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, bon appetit.